So hello students and welcome back again to Mehta PG College online study portal, and this is the lecture 7th recorded for BSc first year physics, paper 2nd electromagnetism, and for English medium students. So students, if you remember lecture 6th we recorded yesterday, in that lecture we discussed the gradient of scalar field with some mathematical expressions, that how will you find gradient of a scalar field. So let's proceed our calculus further and let's talk about divergence of a vector field and curl of that particular vector field. So today in this video we will talk about how to calculate divergence of a particular vector field and to calculate curl of a vector field, and then we will go through some vector identities, some vector product identities and some sort of these. So let's begin with the video. As you can see on the whiteboard, we have an example saying electric field E is equal to I cap x z cube minus j cap 2 x square yz plus k cap 2y z raised to power 4. So let's begin with, we are supposed to find out divergence of this electric field. So what will be the divergence? In some sort of expressions, if you remember the lecture 4th, yes, if you remember the lecture 3rd, sorry, not the 4th, but if you remember the lecture 3rd, where we discussed about divergence. So divergence of any vector field is equals to the dot product of del operator with electric field. We need not to mention the vector sign because it is understood already. We need not to mention further. So let's start. I cap curly over curly x plus j cap curly over curly y plus k cap curly over curly z dot. So this is the quantity, the vector quantity. We are supposed to write it here, and then we will proceed with our calculation. I cap x z cube minus j cap 2 x square yz plus k cap 2y z raised to power 4. So let's operate with the dot product. If you remember, the dot product will exist for I cap dot I cap, j cap dot j cap, and k cap dot k cap. None other than this will exist because all the components rest then, like as you can say I cap dot j cap or j cap dot k cap, all these components will tend to 0. So we will consider the products only having I cap dot I cap, j cap dot j cap, and k cap dot k cap. So let's start. How will we calculate? You say this is I cap dot I cap will be equal to 1. So we need not to mention it here. Let's say this is curly over curly x for xz cube plus curly over curly y for minus 2 x square yz. You have to mention the positive or negative sign. You have to mention minus sign here, or you can simply just put it in here, and so you can say this. Okay, you understand what I am writing here? This is the common mathematical algebra. Okay, so let's going further. K cap dot k cap again. You say this is curly over curly z for what? For 2y z raised to power 4. So let's begin with the calculation. This is the simple derivative calculus. Curly over curly x and curly over curly y and curly over curly z. All of these components represents a partial derivative or the quantity with respect to x is x, with respect to x is y, and with respect to x is z respectively. So let's start. Let's proceed further. So what it is? It will become z cube minus, this will be derivative only for y. The derivative will exist for y only. So this will be minus 2 x square z plus what it will be? It will be 8y z cube. So this is it. This is del dot E vector, or simply this is divergence of E vector. So this is the answer we are supposed to calculate. I hope this is pretty much easy for you. The students who has some literal mathematical complications can go through with these examples and can improve their learning. So let me be aside, and you can take a screenshot for your reference, and then we will proceed further. Hope you are done with the screenshot. So now we will have some literal complicated examples for the divergence, you say. So first of all, as well our tradition, first I should clear off the board, then we will proceed. This example is pretty much familiar for the students who have recently watched the lecture 6th for gradient of position vector, saying gradient of 1 over r. Okay, let me show you. All these examples are mentioned in your subject book, but I am here to explain you pretty much well, so that you do not go through much complications during your calculus. So let's begin with the example saying, which is saying you are subjected to find out divergence of a position vector. Many of the students from you know how to calculate divergence. So let's say, what is the position vector r? What is the value of position vector r? The value of position vector r is I cap x, j cap y plus k cap z. This is the position vector. Okay, so this is the position vector, and for this position vector we have the value of divergence. Again you said del dot r vector, which is equals to I cap curly over curly x, j cap curly over curly y plus k cap curly over curly z, and then the dot product with r vector saying I cap x plus j cap y plus k cap z. So if you go through the example, then you will find out that we are supposed to prove that divergence of r vector will be equals to 3. So let's find out that if we can prove it or not. I cap dot I cap will exist, so there will be curly over curly x for x, curly over curly y for y, plus curly over curly z for z. So let's calculate. This is 1, okay, this will also approaches to 1, and the rest remaining is also approaches to 1. So whole of this quantity equals to 3. So the divergence of position vector is equal to 3. So this is what we are required to prove. So we have proved it. Okay, we have done with this example. You can take a screenshot for your reference. Then I will have literally pretty much more complicated example for you. Okay, according to our tradition, let's clear this off. Okay, this time we are supposed to prove the divergence of r power n r vector is equal to n plus 3 r power n. So listen student, this example has some importance according to your exam point of view. You can mark it as an important example, I must say. This is the most important example according to your exam point of view. This is certainly been asked about 2.5 or about 3 marks this question contains, and if you go through some literal calculations, then you can pass it easily. This will have not much complications for you. So let's proceed further step by step. First of all, we are supposed to calculate the value of r raised to power n. So every time, if you remember here, vector r is equal to I cap x plus j cap y plus k cap z. This is it. So what is the value of r? Again remember, the value of r is equal to x square plus y square plus z square power raised to 1 by 2. If you don't know how this value comes out to be, you can watch previous lectures, saying the recent lecture for the 6th lecture for the gradient calculations. Okay, so let's proceed with this example saying r raised to power n. So what will be the value of r raised to power n? The value of r raised to power n will be equals to x square y square plus z square power raised to n over 2. This will be the value of this, and this is again the value of r vector. Remember what is this? What kind of quantity is? Quantity it is. Every time you remember, divergence is calculated only for vector quantities but not for scalar quantities. So what kind of quantity r raised to power n is? This is a scalar quantity for sure. But for vector calculus we need a vector for divergence. So r vector, it is a vector quantity remaining. So let's proceed with the example saying we have two values which are going through this. So this is r raised to power n. So what will be the values? The values will be pretty much difficult this time, because you are supposed to calculate all the values, saying the values the values of vectors representing x square, y square, z square all raised to power n over 2. So how will we find this? For this, to lose all these complications, let me go through here that this is r vector. So what will be the value of r square here? This is the value for r square. So for this example, let me go through saying we will calculate all the values for I cap, j cap and k cap only. Those all values will be multiplied with r square for r vector, and for calculating divergence we go through del over del x for r square. We will calculate del over del x for r square. So what will be the values here? This will be 2r del r over del x, which is equals to 2x. Okay, this will be equals to this. So the value of del r over del x will be equals to x over r. Similarly, curly over curly y for r is equals to y over r, and curly r over curly z will equals to z over r. So these are the three basic calculus which we will need for our calculation further. These are the three basics, keep it in mind, and we will use it for our calculations. We will use all these in our derivation, saying for the values of Rn and Ry. Okay, let's start. Saying divergence del product del operator dot r raised to power n r vector. So this is equals to the divergence, saying del operator is I cap del over del x plus j cap curly over curly y plus k cap curly over curly z. If you don't know what this symbol is called, in your terms you can say it as del, or for simplification let me call it as curly, because this is the partial derivative, so I call it curly, with r raised to power n and r vector. So the product will be going through this r vector will be it has a dot product here. Okay, so this is a dot product. So the whole divergence is taken only for this r vector. This will be a constant and remains out of the derivative. Okay, r n will remain out of the derivative, but its constituent, saying x square, y square and z square are consisting in this derivative, in its derivation, I say. So let's proceed here. This is much. Okay, what if I say r vector as I cap x, j cap y plus k cap z, and then we will go for its vector product, saying the dot product, vector product here, this is a scalar product in terms, saying like as, so what will be the values here? The values will be calculated for curly over curly x, x rn, okay, plus curly over curly y for y rn, plus curly over curly z for z rn. So values will be calculated for this. So what the values will be? Every time when you will going to calculate values, first we will take derivative for this x. This is solved by taking derivative of u dot v. This will be the derivative saying d over dx for uv, which is equals to u dv over dt. Let me take it as the curly derivative, the partial derivative you say. So u curly over curly x for v plus v curly over curly x for u. So we will solve this equation in that process, okay, in that method. You can take a screenshot for the half period, then we will proceed further. Keep all these things in your mind and we will use them. Okay, so let's begin with this equation which is supposed to be the divergence of r raised to power n r vector. So let's start here. So what the values will be? First we take a derivative r n plus curly over curly x of r n, sorry, here x will be here. Okay, you know what I have written here? This is r n for curly over curly x for the process, and then the rn will be for again plus rn plus y curly over curly y for rn plus rn plus z curly over curly z for rn. This has been written in the same way, the way for vector product, saying like as taking rn constant outside and then taking derivative of curly x over x. This is one. So we are not supposed to write it here. We missed a step here, then we take it here. For the next step, taking x as a function v and the derivative for saying curly u over curly x. So the u here is rn. So this is for this particular value is the solution of this. This value is the solution for this, and this value is the solution for this. You know, I think now you can better understand. I don't think so we need it here. We will proceed further in our way. So sorry. So let's proceed further, saying the divergence for r raised to power n and r vector. This is equals to rn plus rn plus rn. I say this is 3rn, that doesn't matter, it has no use here, it has no utilities, plus x. What is the value here? The value will be n r raised to power n minus 1, the derivative saying curly r over curly x, okay, plus y n r raised to power n minus 1 curly r over curly y plus z n r raised to power n minus 1 curly r over curly z. So this is it. Okay, again saying 3 r raised to power n. So what we can take in common? We can take common n r raised to power n minus 1 for all of these. Okay, taking this common, n r raised to power n minus 1, this is the common quantity. So what remains here? X curly r over curly x. So what is the value of curly r of curly x? If you remember, the values are x over r. The value here is x over r plus y. The value here is y over r plus z. The value is z over r. Okay, so these are the values here. Again, r can be taken common outside. So what the other values becomes here? 3r raised to power n plus nr raised to power n minus 1 inside x square plus y square plus z square over r. So what is the value of x square plus y square plus z square is r square. So this is r square over r. This can be cancelled, the square can be cancelled here. Okay. So what remains is 3r raised to power n plus nr raised to power n minus 1 plus 1. You see what I am saying here? R raised to power n minus 1 plus 1. So what the result will be? The result is here 3r raised to power n plus nr raised to power n. Again, the thing Rn can be taken common outside. So the divergence of r and r vector will be equals to taking Rn common outside. So what it will become? N plus 3 r raised to power n. So this is what we are supposed to prove, and we have proved it here. Okay. So that's it, we are subjected to prove, and this is the most important example for your calculus according to your exam point of view, and you can take a screenshot for your reference. Let me be aside. Hope you are done with the screenshot. So let's proceed further with a new example saying the divergence again for the position vector in the same sense. Let me clear this off according to our tradition. Every time when you see such kind of examples, keep it in mind, these are pretty much important according to your exam point of view, not only for BSc but also for the competitive exams you are preparing for. If you are going to prepare for your post-graduation degree, saying universities like as Delhi University, BHU, JNU, such kind of universities for the competitive entrance exam, then these type of questions, the results, such type of results been asked recently for a single mark question, saying you are supposed to have the supposed to keep the result in your mind. So beside all this, let's proceed further with a new example. I hope this class is not so much boring for you, because this has some literal entertainment here, saying like as you are working with a new teacher, saying, because we are supposed to go through low confusions, we have no confusions here, this is our target. So we are supposed to find out the divergence for, sorry, let me clear this off again, remains. We are supposed to find out divergence of r vector over r cube. R vector over r cube, and we are supposed to prove that this will be 0. I know if the students who has known the concept how to drive out the divergence here, they can skip this part. But if you are supposed to go through some calculations much more for you, then let's proceed further for this. So saying divergence is again the r vector, you know how we write r vector, and you know how we write r cube over there. So for r cube, the r cube will be equals to x square plus y square plus z square, and the whole power will be 3 by 2. This is for r cube. Okay. Del dot, sorry, not del dot, I cap curly over curly x, j cap curly over curly y, k cap curly over curly z dot वन ओवर आर क्यूब इंटू आई कैप एक्स, जे कैप वाई, के कैप जेड. So this will be curly over curly x 4x over r cube plus curly over curly y 4 y over r cube plus curly over curly z 4 z over r cube. So we are going through some more complications here. The complication saying the partial derivative for u upon v, the dividend for one function to another. For this form we have, for the x first time we have 1 over r cube saying plus we are solving for this. First we are solving this. So we will go through this plus x can be taken out common. The values will be r raised to power minus 3. Again minus 1, so the value will become minus 4. R raised to power minus 4 curly r over curly x. Okay, this is for this first function. For the second one, again it is 1 over r cube plus minus 3 into y into r raised to power minus 4 curly r over curly y plus 1 over r cube again minus 3 z r raised to power minus 4 curly r over curly z. If you remember, for the last time when we have taken into consideration the partial derivative for r vector, so we remember curly r over curly x is equal to x upon r, curly r over curly y is equal to y upon r, and curly r over curly z is equal to z upon r. Okay. For this, let's again proceed further. 1 over r cube plus 1 over r cube plus 1 over r cube, this will become 3 over r cube here. Okay. Let's say minus 3 r raised to power 4 is again common in all of these. Say minus 3 r raised to power 4 is common, sorry, minus 4. Okay, this is common. So remains here is x square plus y square plus z square over r. Okay, this value again approaches to r square. Let me say this value again approaches to r square. So for r square again, so what the value will be? Let's say okay, let's proceed further. 3 over r cube minus 3 over r raised to power 4 r square, r raised to power 5, sorry. So you can say, you cancel out this and this will becomes r raised to power 3 here instead of 5. We say the power here, you say, okay. So what does remains? This is it, and these will again cancel out each other. So what remains here? Remains nothing. The function will equals to 0. The function will approach 0, and this is what we are supposed to prove. So we have proved that this will equals to 0. So this is what it is proved here. Okay, so this is all what we proved here. And consider this one also as an important example according to your exam point of view. You can take a screenshot for your reference. Let me be aside. Hope you are again done with your screenshot. So this is for the divergence here. and now we will proceed further with the curl of vector field. How will you calculate curl for a vector field here? So let me clear this off again. If you remember the lecture 6 last time, where we have talked about calculating the gradient for a scalar function, and if you remember that every time when you calculate gradient for a scalar function, you will end up having a vector function there, but every time when you are supposed to calculate divergence of a vector function, you will end up having a scalar function. The function which does not depend on the coordinates saying the x, y, z, or the unit vectors for the direction saying I cap, j cap and k cap. Okay. So what with the curl? Every time when we calculate curl, we start with a vector quantity and we end up also with a vector quantity. We will end up again with a vector quantity. So let's begin with these examples. So let's start saying that okay, we got an example over here. Where it is? This is pretty much a complicated example. I think you can go through this example very well if you can go through this example. This doesn't have nothing to go through. Let's say again with the position vector same, we have a position vector saying r vector is equal to I cap x, j cap y plus k cap z, and we are supposed to calculate, sorry, not supposed to, but to prove that curl of this position vector will approach to 0. So let's start. Curl of r vector will approach to 0. We will have to prove that what, so you can be asked the question in such a way that what is the value of curl of r if you got a lucky chance there, but if you won't, then you are supposed to prove this. So let's begin here. We are simply write all the quantities which we have. Starting the question will be easy for us. So the solution is starts with del cross r vector. Every time the cross product be taken with a vector quantity saying the position vector r vector is equals to I cap curly over curly x. Sorry, not this. This is not for this. Sorry for my calculus here. So what it will equals to I cap, j cap, k cap. This is the matrix determinant. Curly over curly x, curly over curly y, curly over curly z, and x, y, and z. If you remember the mathematics for 12th class or the physics of 12th class, then you are familiar with this kind of calculation. How will you calculate? But for the students who belongs to the biology background but not certainly the biology background student will not be here, only the mathematical students will be here. But if you skip this kind of calculus for your 12th examination, then I am going to tell you how to deal with this kind of calculations. Saying first we take the unit vector I cap, and for this we solve this. Taking this I cap, we will neglect this row, sorry, this column and this row, and proceed with remaining these two. We will proceed with these two. Okay. So what it will be? Curly over curly y for the function z minus curly over curly z for the function y. Again, we are supposed to come up with this. So what will we do when we have the unit vector saying j? Let me clear this off with my finger only. Okay. So what will be for j? We will neglect this row and this column. We will come up having this and this column. We will gonna deal with this. But the order is here. First it is positive, again it is negative, and again it is positive. So this is the order plus minus plus. So we will follow the order here. According to this order, I cap is taken positive and j cap is taken negative. For negative you say, and if you write it positive, then you will take a negative sign out of the bracket and it will be positive sign. Let's check it out. This is here. the calculation will be opposite, saying if the in the same direction, saying curly over curly x for z minus curly over curly z for the function x. Again k cap is positive. We do not go through any kind of change here, just we will neglect, okay, sorry, I wiped something that is important. We will neglect this column and this particular row, and we will come up with calculation with having these two rows or columns, you say. So let's start here. K cap is curly over curly x for for y minus curly over curly x, saying this is it. Okay, let's check this example. The partial derivative will exist only if the function contains that particular axial component. For y derivative, partial derivative with respect to y, this function must have a component of y axis. For this z, this function must have a component of z axis. Again with this, the z must have a component of x, and the x must have a component of z, and this function must have a component of x, and this function must have a component of y. But all of these functions do not have such kind of components. They have different components than the axial component we are looking for. So all of these values, this value will approach to 0, again this will approach to 0, this also will approach to 0, this one also approach to 0, this is approach to 0, and again this one also approaches to 0, and all of these quantities approaches to 0. So curl of position vector r is equal to 0. So this is what we are subjected to prove. I hope we have done with this example. This is proved here. You can take a screenshot for your reference, and then we will proceed further.